I want to take a few minutes to show you how easy it is to make your online documents accessible to a larger audience. So I'd like to start with a few definitions. So accessibility is ensuring equal access, and we think of people with disabilities, people that are using assistive technologies and things like that, and it is the law that we create environments for this diverse population. Universal design is a little bit of a broader definition, making sure that everything we create can be used by all people to the greatest extent possible. So really there's only 3 steps involved: creating a document in your word processor, formatting it in a special way, and converting it to PDF. And just by doing those 3 things, you will give your audience or students the ability to listen to the document read aloud, magnify the screen, change colors, etc. So starting off in your word processor, definitely use heading 1, 2, and 3 styles to structure your document, and add alt text to images. So when a screen reader is reading it out loud, it will not just skip over the images, but actually have a title for the image. And making sure, of course, fonts, colors, and text sizes are readable for someone with low vision. And using appropriate white space, avoiding hitting enter too much, making sure hyperlinks are linked, avoiding text boxes, and also realizing that tables are going to be read by a screen reader in a different order than columns. So formatting your document depending on those few things. So I'm going to open up Microsoft Word here to demonstrate just a couple of those things so you know what I'm talking about. So here is a heading that provides structure to my document. If I make a point of using the heading 1, 2, and 3 styles, that will help students with disabilities and the greater audience in a number of ways. If you're concerned about the way it looks, just simply right-click. You can always modify these styles. Here's an image. To add alt text to it, all I have to do is right-click and go to Format Picture. This is Microsoft Word 2010. Now, down at the very bottom, under alt text, this is where I can type in a title and a longer description. That's useful for people with vision or cognitive impairments. As far as the spacing issue, notice that when I click, there is actually not a blank line, although there is white space above this title. And the line spacing options is where you do that. So 24 points of space before, rather than just simply hitting enter a couple times. So after you have done those formatting changes, then of course you save it into PDF format, and most word processors have a way to directly save to PDF. In Microsoft Word you can go to File and you'll see Save as Adobe PDF. If you have the full version of Adobe Acrobat installed, you will also have an Acrobat tab here in Word where you can go to Preferences and you can make sure things like the accessibility are going to be what you expect. So once you have saved that as a PDF file, then your students' audience will be able to utilize some of these great accessibility features. In addition to the other benefits of PDF file format, which are small file size, the embedded fonts, and the formatting which looks like you expect it to and you intended it to. And of course that the Adobe Reader is free and platform independent, so it doesn't matter whether they're Mac or PC. So there's a lot of advantages to using PDF in addition to these great accessibility features that we talked about. So I'm going to go into Acrobat here, and this is just a sample document, and I want to show you some of these features. So under Edit, Preferences, this is where there are some accessibility features that your audience can change to high contrast colors and do a whole bunch of other things that have to do with accessibility. Under the View menu, your students can zoom, and they can do that up here as well to really large sizes. And when you zoom that big, it makes it a little hard to read because you have to keep scrolling over to the right. So if you do you can use this great feature under View, Zoom, and it's called Reflow. And now, just like anybody else, a person who has zoomed way in just has to scroll down to read it, reflows it, so it's a little bit easier to read. And lastly, there is a read out loud feature, and I'm going to have it start reading.
About trademark flipped classroom scenario. For the past 2 weeks, Al has been taking a flipped course in designing food gardens.
Okay, I'm going to stop that. But you get the idea. It reads out loud, and that could be very useful for students with visual impairments. So hopefully this little tutorial will help you realize how really easy it is to make your documents accessible before you post them online. Good luck.